Welcome, Sovereign Souls and Friends of the Light, and thank you so much for joining me. The first card I have here is Wildflower, number 44. And when you allow yourself to imagine wildly, worlds are created. And this is how this begins. Wildflowers is two people, a couple dancing in a meadow. But they are not just dancing, they are inside something, a world that has been imagined into existence. Fours are about structure and foundation, and this is not a structure in reality. This is something created in the mind. It is sustained by feeling and by attention and belief. They are so inside it, so caught up in it, that it feels real, it feels mutual, it feels lived, magical. But what they are moving inside is of something that has been created by them. And that is where this spell of love begins. We then have the mermaid, 24, the siren, and this is where the spell takes hold, because it didn't begin with love, it began with curiosity and charm. Something about this person made you lean forward. Something felt just out of reach, felt mysterious. Your curiosity is, who is this person? What could this actually become between them and I? That feeling of electric aliveness, that chemistry, that possibility, that is the lure, the magic of them, the idea of them, the potential of them. And this is about sirens. They don't chase you, they don't force you, they don't even really do anything, they lure you. The legend goes that they sang and people went towards them. That sound, that pull. You move, you go closer, you follow it. You weren't captured, you were enchanted. You went by your own accord. You went willingly because the curiosity felt so real. But sirens don't just lure. They lure you away from yourself. They lure you out of reality and into something that you cannot survive in. That is the magic and that is the danger. Now 24 reduces to 6, which is Venus, attraction and magnetism, desire, the pull towards what you want to love. And all the while, Wildflowers is building the illusion around it. Now we move into the Hanged Man, and this is the first part of the 3 spells. This is where everything turns. You feel suspended, you feel held in it, like your life has paused around this one connection. But look at him. He's not fighting. He's not trying to get free. There's a stillness here, almost a willingness, because part of him is still inside the illusion, still inside the possibilities that that illusion presents. So he stays. He holds himself there. He lives inside the questions. What if they change the person? What if they see me? What if this becomes what I think it could be? It has so much potential. You weren't living your life. You were living inside those questions. And that's the spell, because nobody forced you to be there. The pull was so strong. The illusion you built was so convincing that you chose it yourself again, over and over. However, we have the magic of the Tower. Now, this is the second spell, and by now, the spell is beginning to break. A bolt out of the blue, a shock to the system, something that lands all at once and cuts straight through everything that you were holding in place. An aha moment, a realisation that cannot be undone, because the Tower does not collapse slowly. It shows you instantly what is real and what is not. And once you see it, you can't go back into the imagined version. You are seeing what is actually there, and it doesn't match. It doesn't hold what you built, because the Tower is built on illusions. It doesn't meet the illusion that you were living inside. The structure begins to fall because it was never something that could stand in reality. And you are inside it as it happens. You feel it breaking around you. You feel the intensity and the shift and the shock, the truth landing in your body before you even had words for it. And in that moment, staying is no longer an option, because the building is burning, it's collapsing, and the structure is collapsing around you, because there's nothing left that can hold you there or hold that structure together. So you have to leave. Not because you wanted to or because you felt ready even, but because you can't stay. You had to jump out of the burning building, out of the illusion, out of the lure that could not sustain you. Now we come to the Ace of Swords, an amazing card. And this is the third spell breaking. This is the cut, the sword of truth, clear, sharp, undeniable. This is where the illusion cannot survive anymore. It cuts straight through everything that was imagined, everything that was hoped for, everything that was built around what this could be. And it shows you what it actually is. And with the Tower, this is really dynamic energy. This is a reality check. And it's not softened for you or filtered. It's just a reality check. True, clean and final. And once the truth comes in, it cuts you free. It cuts through the limerence, through the attachment, through the chains that kept you suspended and hanging upside down. And there's no way back into the illusion once it's been seen in this way. Now, on top of the Ace of Swords came the Ten of Cups, which flew out when I was shuffling the cards. This is the dream, the emotional world that you were already living in. The sense that this could have been everything, but it fell, it turned over when the Tower hit it. It turned on its head. And this is where the pain sits. Not in losing them particularly, but in losing what you believed it was. Losing that illusion you created around them. Losing the future you had already stepped into in your own mind. Now, this is the blessing because you arrive at Rewild, 29, reducing to that powerful 11, a master number, a portal, a healing. This is you. This is you finding your free spirit again. And although it's painful, although it has cut really deep with the Ace of Swords, you are now free. You are free to be yourself again, free from the illusion, from the attachment, from the chains of that limerence that held you there, because now you see the truth of the relationship. The sword has cut through it. What was binding you is no longer there. And what remains is you back in yourself, back in your own instincts, in something real. And that is the shift, because your imagination was never the problem. Your depth was never the problem. It was just placed somewhere that could not meet it. And now it returns to you, wild and free, where it actually belongs. And now the spell is broken. If this message found you, it was meant for you. If something in this reading really resonated, I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to share in the comments, what stood out for you or what you're going through. And let me know what star sign you are or whereabouts in the world you are watching this. And if you are breaking the spell, comment break and anchor the energy in with me into the reading. If you would like a personal reading, I'm offering them at a reduced price at the moment. And you can find my email in the description on the channel and I'll send you the details. These are private recorded readings that I send back to you, and so you can watch them in your own leisure over and over again. But I really want to say thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe to the Crown Code. And don't forget, keep wearing your beautiful crowns.